Morning Gooners fans, it's game time today. FA Cup quarter-final, 6th round. Arsenal coming up against Sheffield United. Can't wait for the game tonight. 10 p.m. Australian time is when it will be. So for us, that's actually a really good time compared to some of the early starts that we've had in the last few weeks under Project Restart. Can't wait for it. Let's talk about the game that's coming up tonight. Really excited for this one. Sadly for everybody involved, being a quarter-final of an FA Cup and not having the fans involved at their home venue for what is effectively the last game of the run before it gets to Wembley will be disappointing. I know it's disappointing for all of my good Arsenal friends in the UK who would love to be in Sheffield. You know, probably would have done a weekender on Saturday night into Sunday and then going to the game. So disappointed for everybody involved in that aspect. I think we're all still pretty upset that we can't go to games just yet, but look, with any luck that'll be lifted hopefully in the coming months, and then we can get back to it. From the start of next season would be perfect if that's, you know, early September as they're predicting at the moment. But it is what it is for the moment. I'm happy football's back in one sense and looking forward to the game tonight. So let's talk about it. It's going to be a big game for us. I still think it's something that we need to put a lot of attention into, noting the fact that it is the FA Cup at the end of the day. It's our last chance to win a trophy this year, and something that if we can lift under Arteta in his first half season as a club, that will be absolutely massive. So looking forward to seeing how we go tonight. I feel like the vibe in the club is a lot more positive after the win against Southampton. It was an improved performance. As I talked about in my match review the other day, it was a game where we started slowly in both halves, first half and second half. There were periods where Southampton could have got away from us, especially at the start of that second half, but we managed to hang on, so that was really good. We got the 3 points, and it really lifted the mood after what was a shocking start after Project Restart. Man City, I don't think too much was expected of us, but in terms of Brighton, to throw that away the way we did was hugely disappointing. So moving ahead to tonight, reading a lot of what Mikel Arteta said, I feel like he's a really positive guy. He's bringing a lot of that direct talk to the club. He sounds a lot like Pep Guardiola in a lot of his pre-match comments. He's to the point. He's talking about unity. He's talking about getting the best out of his leaders. And I was happy to hear that, you know, he spoke so positively about Granit Xhaka after the last game, because I thought he had a good game at Southampton, and apparently he's a big leader on the pitch. He's very vocal. He talks a lot, and that's something that's exciting to see, that he's getting back in that leadership type of role. Whether or not he ends up with the armband again permanently in future, I'm not so sure about that, but the question was asked of him about the armband. I think that will relate a little bit to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, because we're not sure what he's going to do when contract time comes around towards the back end of the year. The 4 extensions were pretty good. In a way, I feel like, you know, Danny Ceballos' extension to keep him for the end of the club for the end of the year, is positive at the club. Looking at guys like Mari and Suarez, well, we haven't seen a whole lot of them, but they're going to be with us, you know, permanently moving forward. And big disappointing news for Pablo Mari that he's out now for 2 to 3 months after playing effectively, you know, 15-20 minutes at Man City. I guess that's football. That's what it's been like for us. Gabby Martinelli as well, out for a long time now. Bernd Leno's out for a while, so it's been tough for us injury-wise, but we press ahead. We're going to need our leaders like Xhaka to step up and really come back into their own and prepare for what's going to be a tough cup game at Sheffield United. I feel like they're going to be disadvantaged a little bit without that crowd, but moving ahead for us, it's a chance to stamp our authority on what's going to be our 4th away game on the trot, and then move forward as well. Sheffield United have been good all season. We can't knock them. They've been absolutely fantastic. They're a good side. They're managed well. And it's a situation for us where we need to go there, start well, get on the front foot in the first 15 to 20 minutes, and then if we can get a foothold in the game, even pinch an early goal, and look to control the game from midfield a little bit as well. Interesting to see what the team lineup's going to be. Listening to Arteta, of course, squad rotation is going to be a big thing. That's become a pretty general thing over the last, you know, it's been a thing during Wenger's reign and even, you know, Emery as well when it comes to resting players for cup games. I'm not sure we want to rest too many players, but at the same time, we've picked up a lot of injuries, and the way that we're playing at the moment, Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, and then it's just going to, well, it's Thursday this week, but it's just going to be continued 2 games a season to the end of the year. And I know we've also got a rescheduled game which we need to fit into the calendar, which doesn't even have a date yet. And then conversely, as well, if we get through to an FA Cup semi-final date, I'm sure there's going to be another move of a game as well. So squad rotation is going to be huge. Mesut Ozil's the big question when it comes to that. Does he come back into the team? He's someone that, on his day, he's one of the best players there is, but those days individually seem to be numbering as time goes on, not only for getting on the pitch, but also getting himself in a position where he can actually influence a game. Those big performances from him seem to be less and less. Let's see if he gets a start. Will Lacazette come back in as well and start the game? Aubameyang's had 3 games on the trot in a short succession of time, so effectively 3 games in 7 days. So does that mean he gets a rest as well? We'll need to see how that pans out. There was talk that Suarez might be coming back in and being fit, but I note the official word is that it won't be until next week. So let's see how the players pulling up. Tierney, for example, coming off with the muscle cramps. He's declared fit, but again, is he going to be okay to play? Does Kolasinac come in instead of him? Overall, very, very exciting. I'm glad the football's back more than anything. That's the most exciting part, is that we've got something to look forward to. I know it's not the same. I know it's not how we want it to be, how it should be, all that sort of thing. But let's just try and remain positive. And that's one of the best things I've learned over recent years, is just to remain positive through it all. You have your ups and downs as a club and as a team. And obviously, it hasn't been the best little period for us. But look, let's get excited. I'm pumped for the game. I can't wait, especially for the fact that it's 10 p.m. on a Sunday night here. It's perfect timing for us to get a few boys together and at least enjoy some of that camaraderie that we're used to with getting everyone together. So come on, the Gunners. I'm going to predict a win for us tonight, 2-1. But put it this way, every single time I'm going to do a match prediction or something like that, I'm going to predict a win, or maybe unless it's against a team where we've got a poor record. But look, we're going to progress, hopefully. 2-1, 2-0, something like that. Let's get a strong defensive performance up there and get through. Come on, you Gunners. Looking forward to the game and see you all at kick-off time.